Hi, you guys. Okay, this is a shout out to my girl Josie over at Yum Yucky. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, do. She's been on a weight loss journey, and she's pretty well kicked that journey right in the ass. Boy, she looks wonderful, and she does a lot of lots of exercise stuff. I mean, when I watch her doing the exercises, she's got such a great personality, and she explains things so well. I mean, honestly, I want to just get up and start doing them with her, and I will one of these days when I'm ready to do the exercise thing. I'm not quite ready yet. Anyway, tonight she shared a recipe. Now, this is like completely counterintuitive, okay? It comes from out of left field. But it's a recipe for Rice Krispie Squares. They are brown butter and sea salt Rice Krispie Squares with Reese's Pieces, those little Reese's Pieces things, baking things that you use. This stuff looks freaking amazing. All right, I have a special relationship with Rice Krispie Squares. My absolute favorite treat in the world is Rice Krispie Squares. And I have a Rice Krispie Squares shame story to share with you guys. All right. When I was a teenager, I used to babysit for the people down the street. They had 6 kids. I was maybe 5 or 6 years older than their oldest kid. I mean, I was a teenager, but their oldest kid might have been 10, I don't know. And this family also happened to be the family of my dentist. It was my dentist and his wife and their children. Well, I would babysit for them from time to time. And they lived in this big old beautiful house, and she was a stay-at-home mom, and you know, she was like 140% invested in being a stay-at-home mom. She would take breakfast orders from her children the night before. So they would tell her if one wanted pancakes, somebody else wanted eggs, and somebody else wanted cold cereal. That's what they got the next morning, which I think is a little over the top, but it worked for them. So anyway, I'm babysitting them one time, and of course the house is always immaculately clean when I'm there, and they're off playing and doing this and that and whatever. Well, I was in the kitchen, and I spied a cake plate, one of those beautiful glass cake plates, and inside it was this mountain of freshly made Rice Krispie Squares. I mean, there had to have been, it looked like 120, but there was probably a dozen, maybe. Oh, those Rice Krispie Squares just called to me, and I would walk through the kitchen and eye them, and walk back out and check on the kids, and then I'd go back in the kitchen for a drink of water, and I'd eye them some more. So finally, I couldn't resist. I ate a Rice Krispie Square. That's no big deal. There was 12, 15, 170, whatever. Nobody's going to miss one, right? Oh, God, that thing was good. About 10 minutes later, well, I snagged another Rice Krispie Square. Okay, still, rearrange them a little bit, right? Nobody's going to know. By the time the parents came home, I had eaten all but I think 3 of the Rice Krispie Squares. I had to have eaten 10 of them. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that I didn't get sick. I wasn't throwing up. I mean, I wasn't bouncing off the walls from a sugar high. And I was feeling so awful because I just knew that as soon as they went in the kitchen and looked at that cake plate, they would see that the Rice Krispie Squares were gone. And then they'd get all over their kids' ass for eating the Rice Krispies before dinner. And the kids would say, we didn't do it. Cheryl did it. The babysitter did it. We didn't do it. And then they'd get all over their kids' shit. Nah, you're not telling us the truth. We know you ate those Rice Krispie Squares. And the kids would hate me. And then the next time I came over, they would victimize me. And I would let them because we had the secret between us. And it was awful. I mean, I built this thing up in my head that was just horrible, and I was so hoping that the mom and dad would not go in the kitchen while I was still there. Man, I couldn't get out of that house fast enough. I hauled ass out the front door grabbing my $10 as I went. Thanks, see you guys later. And then I was afraid that I was going to like encounter them on the street, or they'd call and want me to babysit again, or they'd come over, or something would happen. And I was just so worried about seeing them and seeing that gleam of knowledge in their eye, that shameful knowing look where I just know that they know that I'm a big fat pig when it comes to Rice Krispie Squares, and it's my downfall and my Achilles heel, and ooh, bad Cheryl. So, Rice Krispie Squares are a point of contention with me. I'm smart enough not to make them. I'm smart enough not to make Josie's recipe because it looks freaking delicious. So, if any of you guys have one of those downfall foods, those shame foods that follow you around, shaking their finger over your head and making you feel awful, please share it with me. I would love to know what it is. Everybody have a great night. Bye.